So my name's Stephen Sutterby, I'm from EH1, the Independent Guide to Edinburgh, and I'm here today meeting Janet Adam from the Adam Pottery to find out about their 30th year retrospective exhibition. To start with, Janet's going to tell me a little bit about the history of the pottery and how that came about.
Well, as Steve says, I've been here for 30 years now, and when I arrived I was merely looking for my workspace for myself, and this place has always been a workplace. It was built as a bakery, and when I took over it, I took over from an electrical engineering firm, and so I got started, and then I realised there was too much space for me, and so ever since I've rented out space to other people, and for most of the time everybody else has been working in clay. Well, one or two jewellers and other people initially, but now it's all very much people who use clay as their medium.
Good. And will any of those people be featuring in the 30th year?
Yes, indeed. Well, that's the point of it. I thought that it would be good to try and find as many of the people that have worked here for a short or a long time over the years, and have two or three pieces of their work as representative of what, really probably what they do now, but showing the wide range of objects that can be made out of clay. And a few people I've been unable to get hold of, but I have some of their work, so I'm going to put that out as well. And then of course will be all myself and the 5 other people working here at the moment, so we'll all have some work on show. So it'll make a very, very varied range of work for everybody to look at who comes in, which I hope they will.
Any names from the past that are definitely going to be showing? Anyone still working in Edinburgh that's going to bring their work?
Yes, very, very much so. There's Francis Priest and Craig Mitchell and Rebecca Wilson, who are all working down at Coburg House Studios now. And who else is in Edinburgh? And of course Fiona Thompson and Chris Donnelly, who were here until this time last year more or less, and now they've set up a workplace which teaches as well in Beaver Hall Road, so they will have work here. And then, as I say, several others who I can't get hold of, or who certainly aren't still working in ceramics, but at least their work will be there.
Good. And what is it that keeps you interested in clay and ceramics all this time? Is it the idea that you can take a simple lump of clay and... Like
this. So there we are, that's how it all starts. Yeah, well, it's a mixture of things. The great thing is that I've managed to sell my work either through here or through the different small retailers or studio galleries around Scotland, so I haven't been constrained by churning out complete mass-produced throwing items all totally similar for years and years, which wouldn't be my line at all. And so the thing is, one can go on experimenting with different mixes of glazes and different ways of applying them, making different objects from the usual ones. And one way of that is every now and again I get asked, commissioned to make a piece of work by somebody, which is usually something I wouldn't have thought of making, so that's a nice kind of extension.
Good.
Expanding one's thoughts.
And what sort of other work are the other potters in the studio at the moment making? How would you describe their work briefly?
Well, briefly. There's myself and one other, Anna Brown, who work on the wheel, which is what many people's expectation of pottery is. But everybody else is either hand building completely, like Hannah Rossness, who makes little figures, and Helen Foster, whose work is hand built, but she builds up forms from templates that she's designed, so they all fit together rather like dressmaking. And Michelle Aitken, who very largely hand builds, and her pots look as if they've been made in the wheel, but she's just totally made them by working on coils of clay and getting them beautifully symmetrical, and she does a bit of moulding as well in plaster. And Laura Scobie, who does slip casting, which is using a mould which she's designed herself, of course, but to create pots in a porcelaneous type of material, so it's very translucent and she can get wonderful colours on it. So between us we cover several of the making methods that there are, really.
Good. And just to tell people a little bit more about the retrospective, obviously there'll be an invitation only opening night, but during the 2 weeks, when does the retrospective actually start?
Well, what it's looking like at the moment is that the exhibition will actually open normal working times at 11 o'clock on Saturday the 1st of June and go on till about 5 o'clock, and then there'll be a pause and we'll have the by invitation evening sort of private view, and then after that it'll go on every day from 11 till 6 Monday to Saturday until Saturday the 15th of June, and people will be very welcome to buy anything on display, but if it hasn't been made here they need to contact the makers direct. We'll make that nice and easy for them.
Good.
And of course all the everyday work will also be around in the side room, so the public can look at that as well.
Good. And is it free for anyone to come along?
Oh yes, yes, absolutely free. Just come down the steps and see what you can find.
Great. So just to remind us of the date again.
The Saturday the 1st of June, which is absolutely the day 30 years ago that I opened, until 6 o'clock on Saturday the 15th of June.
Great. So that's the Adam Pottery 30th year retrospective starting on the 1st of June. I think we can find more information on adampottery.co.uk and eh1.com.
Yes.
And anything else to add, Janet?
Well, if you want to learn what you can make out of clay, come along here, I think, and see what different sort of varieties you can discover. Look forward to seeing you.
Great. Thank you very much.